Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Day number 2, back in the Flight FX Citation 750, aka the Citation 10. Absolutely been loving this airplane. The more I think about it, the more I just really enjoy what Flight FX has accomplished with this aircraft, especially bringing it to you for $30. What it brings to the table is a fast, high-performance bizjet with great sounds, great performance, and it's fun. It's fun to fly. And what I really like about this Citation 10 is, while it's rather simple to operate, it can get away from you. So you got to be on your toes. Now, there's some tools in there like the auto throttle system and things like that that can help us, but it's fun. It's a fun challenge. Somebody asked before Lear 35 or this, and man, the difference is pretty large. Like, the Lear 35 is an extremely workload intensive airplane, but also extremely rewarding because of how manual and old school it is. The Citation 10 is got, the same, if not better, actually it has better performance numbers than the Lear, but it's also much more familiar to those of us that like the glass cockpits and stuff. Now, me personally, I like the old round gauge stuff, so I love them both equally, but it offers a great alternative. So I've been having fun with it. We're going to do another flight today. I wanted to do a night flight, but we're going to start in pre-dark. So pre-dawn, I guess, pre-dark. Coffee's still kicking in, chat. Real long night last night. Not a lot of sleep. So we're doing it. It's pretty much dark right now. It's just prior to 5 a.m. and the goal is to be landing at Manziales at about 6 a.m. where we're allowed to land, because you can't land there night ops, so you have to wait for the blue hour to come in and kind of lighten up the mountains. Now, this airport that we're going to, Takeoff Studios, SKMZ. It's epic. We flew there one time. We lost, back in the days prior to that Simban, we flew a group flight in there, and I think we lost 2 of the 3 people in the conga line. Gustavo was one of them, and then we lost another gentleman as well. So this airport is very difficult to get into. I did run some perf numbers. We can get it stopped. We just cannot have any floaties today, all right? No floating down, but the performance number says we can get the airplane stopped. It should be a heck of a scenic flight, especially as we take off in the terrain here and watch the sun rise above the mountain ranges here. So anyway, with that aside, thank you all for tuning in. We got Diabetic Lad, BKG Blueface, Tyson, my man. Good morning to you, sir. Ryan Linker is in the house. Zach Lewine, what's up, man? I just want this plane so I can fly close to Mach 1. That is all. Yep, my 9.2 Mach, man. 9.2 Mach. Well, Al W, what's up, man? 90 by 9 a.m. Gotta love it. Al, how's it going, man? Mickey G is in the house. I love the Fock. Me too, my man. We need to get those Fokkers. We haven't flown the Fokker in, I don't know, ages. Where's the Fokker at? We should fly a Fokker again. Alexander's in the house. Eastern T3. Good to see you, my man. AJ's here. Pete Ski. Bo Browning. Turk in the U.S. He did check in earlier. Aaron, the Irish lad himself. How you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well, Aaron. Always a pleasure to see you stopping by the streams, my friend. I'm going to be having to check out your buddy, Mr. Flight Deck to Sim, to refresh myself on the 747 operations here pretty soon, because I'm getting the itch. Chat, for flying a 747 again, but always a pleasure. Carlito in the house. What's up? Jeff L. What's up, my man? Can probably break the sound barrier if you don't watch the vertical speed on the descent yet. So there was a lot of user error on that last stream, but I'm getting better now. Now, I did do some reading. I did some research about some of the systems and procedures. But what we're going to do today, since it's going to be 1 hour flight time. I think it's like 1 hour, 6 minutes en route, so it's a pretty short flight. But we're going to kind of treat this. We're going to look at our flight plan ahead of time. We're going to kind of go through the thought process of planning, and I eventually think I might get motivated enough to do some pre-recorded videos. Back, if you guys remember, I started the Corporate Pilot Professional Series back in the day on X-Plane 11 with the Citation 550. And there's still a lot of tips and tricks I can kind of throw out there onto the streams, or onto the videos rather, about the mindset of operating as a Part 91 corporate guy. Now, I've never flown the Citation 10, but there are things that you got to take into consideration, and I think it'd be fun to kind of get that out on video form. I might feel some motivation coming on to do some of that here soon. So We shall see, but let's go ahead and get this. We'll start out with a pre-flight. So like I said, it's early morning. We got our flashlight out here. We're going to walk out to the jet. We have a custom livery. This one, whoever did this one, is this a banger here? It's like this gray and black. It's awesome. It's on the Flight Sim TO. If the creator ever sees this, man, you did an awesome job. Really love this livery. Some really cool liveries popping off. The Rodeo, Baker Aviation. We may have to fly that one next. We may have to fly Baker Aviation Cancun to Dallas just because I followed a rodeo Citation 10 from Cancun, or I think, yeah, from Cancun all the way to DFW when I was flying my Airbus. So, and I see those, I've seen them in DFW a couple different times. But, yeah, love the liveries that are popping off. I can't wait to see some of my favorite creators, what they can cook up. Now, I noticed this. I wonder if this is like a texture thing. This is like somebody was wiping the airplane here with a microfiber towel or something that had rocks in it, because you have all these little swirls. Now, I have seen the swirls before on the airplane, but this is pretty excessive swirling. But anyway, let's make sure the parking brake is set before we pull chocks. Matter of fact, I'll pull those pitot covers off, and then we'll kind of do a real world procedure here. We'll go up here and here, and we'll open the stairs. Love the sounds. Mr. Joe, what's up, man? This plane is available. Is this plane available outside marketplace? No, not yet. Buying stuff from there feels cheap. Most things on the store lowly rated crap. I know this plane is good, though. Mr. Joe, and listen, I was kind of confused at first, but I think Boris told me, he's like, I think Flight FX has always been exclusively marketplace. So I'm not entirely sure, man. I will tell you, though, this airplane does not feel like a marketplace aircraft. The only, and I don't like saying that it's a negative, but there are, no airplane is perfect. And for the $30 price point, this shouldn't really even be mentioned. The only improvement areas that I've really kind of, seen as possible improvements in the future are, for those of you that want a little more advanced navigraph in the EFB. For me, it doesn't bother me at all. I prefer to use the side EFB here that we're going to use today. The texturing, I don't know if it's the texturing or if it can be livery, maybe a little bit of the exterior texturing. Some areas look a tad bit flat, and that's really it. But I said this yesterday, man, for the performance this airplane runs, I run this on 300 LOD with beyond ATC traffic and everything, and my frames are just buttery smooth. So it's really well optimized. I would hate to see, them push an update to, make it look a little bit less flat, but then you lose 10 FPS. The performance in this airplane is really good. I don't even run auto FPS when I stream this bird, so that's how good the performance is. And then the only other thing I mentioned yesterday is the ground handling. It seems it's very on par with the Flight FX stuff. The Piaggio is the same way. I heard the Honda Jet is the same way, but it seems a little bit oversensitive on the ground, and I don't know if that has to do with the fact that I have a tiller. And, because you can move the nose wheel you can't separate the nose wheel steering axis. So the real jet's steered with a tiller on the ground, right? So I can move it, you can move it with this, and then I can move the tiller. But those are really the only three areas that I've kind of been like, meh. Everything else it's been great. So we're going to do a little walk around here. I'm going to see if we can't use ground power today. So let's go ahead and get the aircraft set up. Let's go ahead and connect ground power. Beautiful. And then I'm going to just go ahead and hide this for right now. And let's get the jet fired up. We'll go battery 1, battery 2. We'll get the external power switch on. ICAS is going to power up here. And one other thing I wanted to do is go to config. Let's do real on the alignments there. All right, cool. Auto throttle module. Let's leave it off. Let's go no auto throttle today, chat. No auto throttle. All right. No auto throttle. Actually, yeah, we need auto. We got the advanced one. We got LCDs today, and we got winglets. So let's enable the auto throttle module. No throttle cues. I don't like using the throttle cues. I actually got rid of those. Those were the little things over here that shows where your throttle positions are. But, all right. So ground power is on. Let's go ahead and get the standby power on. Let's go ahead and hide both yokes over here. And with ground power, I guess we can fire up all the avionics, right? We'll get the avionics on. Let's get the pause and knit, And then we will load GPS pause. With that loaded, this goes to the down position, and ground recognition is coming on. We'll put the nav lights on, the tail floods on. All right, that looks good. I'm gonna kind of get some more lighting in here. We haven't really messed with the lighting a whole lot, so it's kind of neat to see this. All right, airplane's coming up to life. We'll do a magic barrel ref while we're thinking about it. Let's go ahead and complete our exterior walk around. Oh. Must have done that wrong. So ground recognition and anti-collision. What's the difference? So that's the strobe. So ground recognition is beacon as well. Okay, so we'll keep that off. So nav tail flood, recugs off. That all looks good. All right, cool. Now we can complete our pre-flight walk around. So we'll walk around the bird here. Park brake is set. We'll pull the chocks. Oh man, someone already pulled our engine covers. Coming around. Look at these beautiful winglets. Beautiful, beautiful. Come around. Frames can go down with BATC, but I don't think it's BATC so much as the way Microsoft handles too many sim objects. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I really haven't noticed too much of a frame impact, especially with this airplane, man. It's so well optimized, even with Beyond ATC cranked all the way up. So we are rocking Beyond ATC today. Cool little. You know what I like about the Citation 10? I would imagine is you don't hit your head on the thrust reverser buckets. The Bravo, man. He cracked my head on that thing multiple times. All right, let's go ahead and close you up. Close up that door. Cool. I've actually never... I'll pull the rear engine cover off. We got the GPU plugged in here. JetGo power. Look at the floodlight on the tail. That is sweet. Look at that. Love that. All right, come around here. Oop, bonked my head there. Got our nav lights working. Looking good. I love the engines. They're so big and just excessive. Absolutely love it. All right, looks like our walk around has been completed. Can you open the nose compartment latches up by chance? No, okay. Coming around here. Yeah, we can open those. All right, so we are pre-flight walk around is complete. And you know what I should have done is I should have put the INS into a line while we're sitting there messing around. All right, cool. Flight plan is loaded. What we're going to do is actually do the SimBrief import on this one. So we're going to do a flight plan, a recall. It's a pretty lengthy flight plan. This is going to load up our entire flight plan here with our Quebec, India Tango on the airway all the way down. So that is all in the box. For departures, we'll come back and take a look at that here in a minute. Let's do a perf and knit. We're going to do departures here after we get our clearance from CENTA. The only thing C-750 is missing is a couple of afterburners, right? This plane is 50% engines. All right, we're doing 380. Cruise is... Let's do a manual cruise of 300, or how about 8.3 today? Oh, no, wait, what did I do? Can I modify this? I'm not sure. Decimal 8.3? Cool. We'll do an 8.3 cruise. All right. 8.3 cruise. Slow it down a little bit. 250 at 10,000. 370 is optimum. Beautiful. Now, before we do that, let's come over here to the weights. And we're going to import from SimBrief. We're going to apply the load to the aircraft. Beautiful. So we got a total weight, 28,000 pounds. I like how it tells you both pounds, kg. Our fuel total, 42,000 pounds. That checks out. Seats check out. That looks good. We're pretty much done with you. So we'll sync EFB, double check our weights, confirm init. Wonderful. Let's see. 370, ceiling is 470. 56 minutes en route today. 419 nautical miles. ETA 611 Zulu. So that's looking good. That's when we want to land. We can't land prior to 6 a.m. So... and I have the sim time wound back a little bit. All right, go to the takeoff. Let's go ahead and get the weather. Let's tune in 19. It's just easier for me to tune it this way. 119er, decimal 9er. I think this be the backup way of tuning the radios in the 10. This looks like your primary. But 19.9 is tuned up. Let's go ahead and request IFR clearance. Center, good morning. November 877 Sierra Delta. Request IFR clearance to Sierra Kilo Mike Zulu. I don't know how to pronounce the airport. Gonzales?
November 877 Sierra Delta, Guayaquil Control, expect runway 19er. Climb 14,000 feet on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors Ribic. Squawk 2741.
November 877 Sierra Delta, cleared to Sierra Kilo Mike Zulu, runway 19er, climb 14,000 on runway centerline, radar vectors to Ribic, squawk 2741. I might have read that back wrong.
November 877 Sierra Delta,
Alright, cool.
Read back correct. Start or taxi at pilot's discretion, hold for release. Report holding short runway 19er.
Report holding short runway 19er for 877 Sierra Delta. All right, cool. So let's throw in a couple things here. Squawk 2741. 2741. 2741. We'll throw that on ID because I'm just going to forget. We're expecting runway 19er for departure. So departure, runway 19er. We're going to climb on runway heading. He gave us a top altitude of 14,000. We're going to take a look at all of our charts here too because we got to double check all this good stuff. 14,000 is set. So we got runway 19er. So let's continue with our perf takeoff now that that's in the box. Let's see. Wind. Oh, did he give us a wind? Center, November 877 Sierra Delta. Request weather for Sierra Echo Alpha Mike. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know what he'll say. I guess I could use the EFB for the wind.
November 877 Sierra Delta,
Oh.
Guayaquil Control. Weather at Sierra Echo Alpha Mike. Winds 175 at 6, visibility 10 plus, temperature 20 QNH 1027.
That's very cool. All right. So he gave us the weather. 175 at 6, 10 miles, 1027 on the QNH, which is 2981. So that checks. Next page, we're going dry, 82 feet, 1.8 degree downslope. We're doing a flaps 15 anti-ice off. We'll confirm the init. That brings us to our takeoff speeds, 19, 22, and 28. That checks out. Beautiful. All right. With that all done, let's take a look at the arrival. We're going to land on runway 10 on the Yankee. I'm going to load it from Lanub, and we're on the Piak 1 Charlie. Load that in. Activate. And let's skip through that there. Hold it, Lanub. That's in there. Cool. All right. Everything is set up. I think it's time to fire up the APU. So let's go ahead and get the APU master switch on. APU master's coming up. Let's do a test. There's the fire test. Looking good. Engage the starter. Cooking with gas now, chat. You can't wait till Beyond ATC gets CPDLC. Yeah, it's supposed to be coming. Supposed to be coming. All right, APU is up to speed 101%. Let's go ahead and get the APU generator on, and then we will disconnect the avionics. Oh, gosh dang it. Now we got to restart the alignment maybe? Yeah, I think we do. Gosh dang it. Get rid of the external power. That sucks. Do we have to realign the pause and it? I think we do. Okay, there we go. It loaded it. Beautiful. Whew. All right. Well, that's kind of cool that that's modeled. All right. Let's get the bleed air on as well, and then we'll disconnect the GPU. All right. Let's go ahead and close the ground power. And then I'm pretty much done with the EFB at this point, so we'll go ahead and hide you completely. Now this is cool. I should have turned this on. Look, check this out. Entry light. Now can it show the entry light from out here? Yeah, I don't have to turn my stupid flashlight off in 2024. I always forget the binding. And I wish it wasn't go default on. But look at the entry lights on the stairs. Cool detail. What's the pilot light? Alt L? Shift L? Shift P? Someone tell me what the pilot light is in 24. We got to look at this without the flashlight on it. Tuned in late. This is Sierra Echo Alpha Mike. Yeah, my multiplayer is on. Alt F4. Yeah, that's it. I'm sure. Alt L? Nope, not Alt L. Shift L? No. I thought it was Alt L. It's not Alt L. Shift L? No. Oh well. Anyway, we'll go ahead and close it up. We'll leave the entry light on here. Alt F. Well, see, too late. You guys were too late, dang it. Alright, we'll go ahead and close that, but hold on. Can we do... Let's check this out. Let's go cabin entry aisle. What? That's a little bit too bright. We need to dim the cabin for departure. What's that say? Main. Oh, master shades are open. Master shades are open. Cabin is dim. Cabin lights are dim for departure. They want to see what's going on. But we also need to close up, though, because we don't want the extra lights up here up front. So we'll go ahead and get into flight mode. We'll get these tuned down a little bit. What's that? Oh! Oh! A little dim switch there? That's cool. I like it. All right. Magic Barrel Ref is set. We're almost ready for start. Everything's been aligned. Let's go ahead and take a look at our route. So we got to be kind of careful about this. So I'm going to show you guys a VFR here. We got to hold for release anyway. We'll call them. So blasting off on runway 19er. Fly runway heading. There's going to be... Let me spin my heading bug around. All right, you can see runway 19er if you look at our kind of our terrain map and how this is going to work up. I'll actually put my vertical profile in here as well. 19er will be all right. It'll take us away from the terrain. And then eventually we're going to get radar vectors to Rebic. If we look at our high IFR. What about world map line? No, that's world map. No sectional chart down here. Alright, a couple of them. We're going to Quito, basically following the mountains all the way to Manzales. Now, Bogota is our alternate, which is right next door. So, alright, pretty straightforward flight plan. Don't really want to take any directs out of here. We'll just have to get up to Rebec and get on course. And then get some altitude above us, because this is pretty high terrain. It doesn't really show how high the terrain actually is. Now, if you go to the other app, it will. Now, this is cool. I should have done this yesterday. So, aircraft checklist. This is what I love this part about 2024, man. Look at this. You got all the good stuff here. So, we've done all these IRS, inert, boom, boom, boom. Now, one thing I did notice is we do keep the APU on for this here, but all pretty much straightforward checklist items. All right, 190 is set, 14,000 is set. We get the flight directors. Let's go ahead and start up engines and call for release. Everything is done. We did pull the ground power, right? Yep. Let's go ahead and fire them up. So we'll throw the ground recognition to ground recognition. And the bleed is on. Throw the ignition on. Ignition right. Starting 2. Wait for positive N1s. Fuel on. Flight FX is in the chat. Hey, how's it going? Oh, we are loving it. We are loving it, Flight FX. Generators on. Now, I don't know if they would start with generators on. I'm going to keep... I don't think it makes a difference. Go back to norm. Left. Starting 1. Wait for positive N1. Which we're going to get now. Fuel, gen off as normal. So maybe you do start with the generator in the on position. Engine stabilized. Left generator. Beautiful. Alright, so let's go through an after start flow. Let's go ahead and do bleed air off. APU generator off. Pitos, windshield, normal. That's all set. Ooh, pressurization. We never set that. Let's go for... I forget what we filed. I'm going to set 450 for now. Air is set. Cabin temperature is looking good. I'll cool it down just a little bit because it's humid. Let's turn down these screens a tad. I personally like the CRTs better just because it's what I flew on my old Citation, but they did a pretty dang good job of modeling both of these here. Alright. Let's go ahead and taxi out runway 19er, which we're going to have to back taxi. So, also flaps 15. We got hydraulic slats 5. 15 is set. Run the trim down. I was skeptical about that X, but you sold me. Hey, Fireflyer, look, man. It's a blast to fly, man. It really is. Get this down top of the green band, right about there. 5.4-ish is good. All right, let's get the taxi light on and we're rolling. Oh, forgot that yesterday. Align nav. Taxi light, flaps 15. Let's go. Brakes released. Taxi out runway 19er. Let's not hit the terminal here. Do reversers work? Yes, they did. Should I call out of work to fly it, chat? Yes, Mickey G. Is that even a question, my man? Why fly IRL when you could fly in the sim, dude? So 19er is going to be a back taxi. See how humid it is out here? Look at the taxi light, which is... I love it. I love the atmospherics of this sim. Back taxi to 9er. Also, what we should do is I'm going to dim the cabin for departure. All right, as we're back taxiing, we'll get our flight directors TO. Can you arm heading? I don't think so. Yeah, it just goes heading TO, so we don't want that. We want takeoff, 14,000 to set, 170 on the speed. Flaps 15, trims are set, APU gen off, APU is running, pack valves open. Thank you, Ram. Yeah, I rechecked them. The IRS was in the wrong spot? No, they're both in... Oh, shoot. It's in attitude mode. You're right. Nav. Hopefully it didn't mess with it. It looks like everything looks good. I love the glow of the nav lights on the runway. Now this is pretty sus, taking off in very high terrain here in the dark. So you can see we're operating it with the tiller. It's cool to fly a Citation with a tiller. also left my ignition on. I have Apollo. I have live and all players on. But if you just have live players, you won't see me because I am in, I round the sim time back. So if you have live players only, you won't see me. You got to be on all players. I already have 2 holes in the Swiss cheese, fog and terrain, yeah. We'll do a 180 on the runway here. Do I feel like the airplane's going to tip while we're taxiing? No, I don't feel like it's going to tip while we're taxiing. I think the nose wheel steering is too aggressive. Like using the tiller, it's great, but when I use my rudder pedal, it's very aggressive. I think if you could separate the nose wheel steering axis from the rudder, see, like, watch, like. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems a little bit too quick with the rudders. With the tiller, it feels great. Get the grave dangers ready. Here we go. All right. So we are going to call him up. 190. What is runway? We should probably, you know, we are taking off at night in the mountains of Colombia. What's the actual runway? What is the actual runway course line so we don't screw this up here? Let's just not guess. There's no taxi charts. Okay, so we're going to assume it's 190. I'm a little bit off. Why is cabin altitude flashing? Oh, because we're at 8,500 feet. Really? Is there a way to... trying to think. It's in norm. Cabin's not climbing. I think it's just an alert because it's so high. We're just so high up. All right, that's associated. Now, this is where I struggle to understand the reason for having the APU on. Let me look at the checklist. Because unless you're running the APU for pressurization, can you do that? Is that what it's for? Should I run the bleeds on? APU bleed air switch off. APU bleed air switch as desired. Before taxi. Taxi. Before takeoff. So the last one, it says as desired. And then APU prior to climb above flight level 310. So if we load the APU with pneumatics, that should relieve the engines. I thought I saw a slight change there. Let's do that. All right, we're going to let the APU run pneumatics. So we're straight engines. All right. Actually, you know what? Why can't we? Should we just load the whole thing with the generator too? Nah, we'll leave it. Because APU gen off is blue. I don't know. All right, let's give him a call. Center November 877 Sierra Delta holding short runway 19er. I know we're not holding short 19er, but semantics.
November 877 Sierra Delta, released for departure. Clearance void if not off by 10:55 Zulu. If not off by 10:55 Zulu, contact no later than 11:05 Zulu. Time now 10:35 Zulu. Frequency change approved.
All right, November 877 Sierra Delta, release for departure. Clearance void if not off by 10:55 Zulu. If not off by 55 Zulu, contact no later than 1105 Zulu. Time now 1035 Zulu. Frequency change approved. I'm going to turn the auto-tuning on so the first officer will auto-tune the radios. And I'm actually going to put auto-respond on as well so I can have the FO run the radios on this departure. Flight Effect says, I missed this part, but we were told the vast majority of pilots don't turn off the AP31K. Now, I believe it. So I'm thinking here the APU, they're running the APU because you're relieving the engines of their bleed demand or their generator. I mean, I could load up the generator too. I mean, shoot, let's load up the generator. So if we load the generator and the APU bleed, the engines are literally just producing power. Which, for this takeoff, let's run it. So we'll go, and I'm sure there's a reversionary, so if the APU were to shut down, the engines will automatically take over. But, all right, we're ready for takeoff, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's go, I don't think you do fuel pumps in this, but we'll go that, ignition, that's coming on, that's set, recogs are on, boom, boom, let's go. Brakes released, Yoga's in chat. Nose forward, spool them up 50, we're going flying. 50% is spooled. Run them up. TO. Oh, yeah, we're getting well into the 90s now. 86, 87, almost 90% there on the N1. 88.3. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. V1, rotate. Golly, this thing is a rocket now. Positive rate, gear up, fly with. Oh, that is juice. Let's keep the climb going. Departure November 877 Sierra Delta 9,500, climbing 14,000. Flight level change. Heading.
November 877 Sierra Delta. Guayaquil control. Radar contact. Climb to flight level 190.
Climb to flight level 190, November 877 Sierra Delta.
I gotta have my FO do on the radios on this.
November 877 Sierra Delta. Turn right. Heading 340.
Turn right. Heading 340, November 877 Sierra Delta.
Right turn 340. Oh my goodness, look at this. I mean, she's a bit of a dog. Let's go flaps 5. Good thing we got the AP running. Chats. Oh, this is a beautiful departure. Coming through 180 knots. This real life, chat. We haven't done a true night departure in a while. Real life. Still got the slats out. So APU gen is off, so maybe there's a reason for when you go to takeoff it does that.
November 877 Sierra Delta. Clear direct Quebec. Resume on navigation.
Cleared direct Quebec. Resume on navigation.
Direct
November
Quebec.
877 Sierra
Nav.
Delta.
LNAV. V flight level change. We're climbing out. Normal, 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 normal. Let's keep flying the jet now, looking for 300. I actually love having that first officer in moments like this. The winds are picking up. 24 knots crosswind coming across the mountains here. I can feel it. All right, let's run through some after takeoffs. So, ignition's norm, boost is norm, pressurization is norm, lights are set, flaps and slats are up. Climb thrust, we're getting back on course here, looking for 300 knots. Let's go ahead and turn the weather radar on. Let's go weather, where are you at? Weather MFD. Proceeding direct to Quebec now. Let's go ahead and, I just love hand flying it, but.
November 877 Sierra Delta, climb to flight level 450.
Climb to flight level 450, November 877 Sierra Delta.
All right, 450 is blue. We're trimmed out, autopilot engaged. I will take auto respond off now, so I'm gonna run the radios. Gotta turn on the console, you're right. I should have put that in standby on the ground. All right, weather radar is on, and we are MFD terrain, so weather on. We're climbing above all that terrain. That looks good. Chat. What a departure, huh? What a departure that was. This is what makes me want to be a freight dog, but then the rest of it over oceans or mountains is less fun unless you got a good mood. This doesn't look like San Jose Key 6. What's up, my man? No San Jose here. If y'all like seeing night departures, hit that like button. We might have to do more of these. I mean, sunset is so 2020. Maybe we should just be doing sunrise only flights. Sunset is 2020, chat. Magic Barrel ref is set 290902 once, twice, and thrice. We'll keep the APU running. Let's pull up the checklist here for after takeoff climb. Gear, let's see, gear flaps, throttles, anti-ice not required, engine sync will get you, pressurization, advisory, 18 lights, exterior lights as desired. All right, beautiful. We'll go ahead and turn the recogs off. Let's go ahead and just put the seatbelt sign on now until we climb up. We'll get the way I understand it is there's passenger safety belts and then safety and seat belts. And one of them has to do with the emergency exit sign. So now we basically turned off the exit sign and just the seat belts remain illuminated. Dude, this is sunrise. I mean, I know that's super loud, but sunrise flights are OP, Oscar. You're right. What airport did we just depart? We just departed SEAM, Sierra Echo Alpha Mike in Ecuador. And we're headed up to SKMZ. Sorry, I was very ignoring of the chat there, but that's what I love about this airplane is it's busy enough. You got to stay on it, but it's not like a super complex. Let's say super complex. It's not like the Lear 35 where you're messing with the pitch barrel and you're trying to get everything dialed in manually. It's got all the bells and whistles to help you out, but because it's such a high performing jet, you got to be on top of it. I love it. I love the workload that this airplane provides. It's just the right amount to keep you entertained, and it's not too much that you get bored. Flight Effect says you get to 51K in a hurry. Here, and you should see the curvature of the Earth and the shadow of the cast from the sun. Flight Effects, really? All right, well, we're climbing, man. Let's go. 450. APU gen is off, but the bleed is on. So I guess, so yeah, that's what it's doing then. With the APU bleed on, you're relieving the engines of that demand, so you'll be able to get up to 50,000 feet much faster. I mean, shoot, we're still doing 2,500 feet a minute at a 24 thou, 300 knots. And we're in climb thrust at 89.1. That looks good. Is there no ISA on this thing? It's 7 outside, 7C, and a SAT of minus 19. I need my ISA plus or minus deviation, like I have in the Airbus. Undim the lights. Let's see. I don't want to undim them just yet. We're still in night mode. You could walk to the back cabin, verify the exit lights? Really? Where would it be? Oh, okay, look. So exit light is off. Let's try this. So passenger sign is this one, I think. Let me zoom in. I can't see it. Yeah, if I move it down. Oh, no, I can't see it. It's not, it doesn't appear to change. Cabin lights. Oh, yeah, we could undim the cabin lights, dude. Yeah. Watch this. There you go. You are now free to undim yourselves. You actually just saw it in your test flight? Amazing experience flight. Nice, man. I love it. Zooming to 510. Yes, indeed, Doug. Thanks for the 7 months. Is there a way to arm spoilers on landing? No, and this is something that I learned. I'm going to turn on my abbreviated noise canceling. I'm not going to use the ANR on this because it's too realistic. It makes me think I'm in a padded room. It's so quiet. So I'm just going to turn down my slider. But no, you do not arm the spoilers. It's very much like the 727 or even the Bravo that I flew. You would manually deploy the spoilers on touchdown. Now, this is a lever. The Bravo and some other smaller Citations just have a little switch here for ground spoilers. So you bring the power back, you can stick your finger around this, there'd be a guard, and flip it, and the spoilers would deploy. And then you go reverser. In the 10, you grab this lever, bring it out. I'm assuming you do spoilers first and then reverse. Not quite sure. The proper procedure. I bet it's in the, maybe it's in the checklist. Let's see. No. Before landing, post-flight. I would imagine the procedure is spoilers first, and then thrust reversers. Look at this. Let me go into the window view here so we get full realism mode. I like the collision model that you have, Flight FX, because if you want to sit back and look at the window, that's great, but you also give us enough freedom to kind of stick our head through the glass and get a little extra flight simulation view. I love it. We're not locked in where you can't, you can't get but 5 feet from the window and it blocks you. So, good job on getting that collision model just right. Little things like that, man. Really, it's pretty sweet. All right. What's beeping at us? APU on. Oh yeah, 31,000 feet. All right, we're gonna unload. APU master off. Pilot monitoring does the spoilers. Oh, really? Okay. That would make sense. I don't know. Would it, though? Because that'd be kind of hard to reach around the guy flying. Wouldn't it? Maybe not. I'm so mad at ourselves for not putting the executive setup with the computer in the back. Oh, really? There's a computer model in the back? That's crazy fun. We might do some. We might have to do some in-flight entertainment on this bird. Take this one, fill the fuel tanks up, and do an actual long flight in it. Get a little choppy up here. Oh, why do we still have all those lights on? We'll do fan sync. So I was always told that fan sync is more comfortable for you, and turbine sync was more comfortable for the passengers. Is that it, or I got it backwards? I don't remember. I'll tell you what, from sitting up front and messing with the fan sync on turbine and fan, I never could tell a difference, to be honest with you. I think we just always put it on fan. James V, thank you for the 10 gifted subs, my man. Appreciate you, James V. Appreciate the support and the 10 gifted subs here to the channel. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you. We're about to make a turn here, so we're going to get in cinematic view mode. Cinematic view is ready for the turn, for the bank angle check to the right. Here we go. That's Ecuador. That's Quito down below, I believe. I believe we're flying over Quito. Yeah. I think that's CQM right there. CQM. I'm following like 4 nautical miles behind. I see your plane, but can't see mine on yours. Really, Avapollo? You can see mine, but I can't see yours? That is bizarre, man. I'm not sure why that is. And why wouldn't I be able to see yours? You're on USA East. Well, if you see me, though, that is bizarre. JJ, what's up, man? I'm going to watch the rerun from the beginning. Make sure you catch that takeoff, dude. It was awesome. All right, 39,000 climbing through 40. Is there a 40,000 foot checks on the checklist? Let's see. Some jets have a 40,000 foot checklist. Throttle pressurization. When required. Fuel transfer. Verify. We don't have enough fuel for any of that. It doesn't appear there's a 450 check or 40,000 foot check. So, but we can do a couple other things. Let's come over here. We'll take a look at our cabin. So she's climbing. Our diff gauge, so differential pressure. Cabin altitude times 1,000. Right now the cabin is at 7,000. And climbing. And then she's pretty much going to level off here because we're going, what are we climbing up to? 450. Let me reset that pressurization a little bit. We'll move it up just a tad. There we go, 450. So she should stabilize just below, approximately about 7,000 feet. Oh, the sun is coming up, so let's undim the lights. We'll go back to daytime mode. We can brighten up our LCD liquid crystal displays. We're actually climbing into the sunrise here. This is cool. The sun is not rising this fast. We're just climbing into it. Blackbird Controls dropping the 10 gifted memberships. Blackbird, my man, good to see you again. How late y'all stay up last night, dude? I woke up and I felt it because also my son woke up at 1 o'clock, 1:30, and I was up till almost 3. Yeah, man, I'm struggle bus. But good to see you, Blackbird Controls. Citation throttle set when, Blackbird? With proper lift gates, Blackbird? No King Air handles? Yeah, no King Air handles. Yeah, what's the King Air handles, Blackbird? Thank you for your support, man, but you got to answer all the questions here in the chat. People want their stuff, too. I'm just messing, man. Hope you're having a good one. For takeoff, just set field elevation, either takeoff or landing. Oh, you know what then? That's what I did wrong, Blue Porpoise, because that's why we got the cabin alert. I should have set takeoff field. You're right. And then it would have lowered the cabin a little bit when we started up, right? What's the juice meter on yesterday's screenshot? About a 9.9. It's not a 10 because I don't have it yet. So, Abdilo, when is that going to be ready? Because I actually wouldn't mind taking I want to take the 727 into Ponce. Get on some of those ground jet bridges. Oh, we're getting a little bit of chop. Is it going to be safe to get up here to 45? If there's turbulence, I don't know. Let's turn the weather radar off for now. We don't need that. MFD weather's off. We'll put you back into standby. We're actually climbing up to the sunrise. I love it. Is that beyond ATC in the background? Did you hear something? Probably, yeah. It's beyond ATC I'm running.
November 877 Sierra Delta. Experiencing turbulence. Flight level 441.
I got my FO handle on the radio right now.
November 877 Sierra Delta, say intensity.
Light turbulence, November 877 Sierra Delta.
November 877 Sierra Delta. Roger. Thanks for the PI-rep.
Thank you, sir. Light chop, baby. Still in beta, 2 more weeks? Right on. Am I going to have to add citation leverage to this then? Yes, Blackbird, yes. But here's the thing, Blackbird. Only if you can figure out how to get lift triggers to bring us into the cutoff detent. Now talk about rack your brain. All right, we're leveling at 450. It's actually a bit choppy. Should we try to go to 47? Let's request 470. Let's see. Center November 8770 Delta. Request flight level 470. Let's see if we can get above this chop.
November 877 Sierra Delta. Are you in a rocket ship?
What?
Enable flight level 470 at this time.
What? Dude's got some snaz. I vote 510. Let's see what he says for 510. Let's see if he's let's request 510. Center November 8770 Delta. Request flight level 510. Beyond ATC's gonna break.
November 877 Sierra Delta. Are you in a rocket ship? Enable flight level 510 at this time.
All right, I got us back in cruise. Let's go ahead. ATS on, cruise speed. Auto throttle is going to take over. We're going to have to rocket back to 8.3 Mach. I'm going to let the auto thrust take it. Oh, why would it? Auto thrust is a little aggressive. I wonder if that's true or not. A rudimentary auto throttle system. But we'll see here. We're going to have to pull it back to 8.3 Mach if we're going to be dealing with this chop. We'll leave the seatbelt signs on for the time being. Or if it starts jockeying the throttle levers, then we're gonna have to just set manual thrust control. Tootco, my man, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, sir. Says when someone can see you but you can't see them, it's because in graphic settings you have air traffic set to off and it has to be at least low. Oh, I have to have air traffic set to low. I got you, Tootco. So whoever's following along on USA East. It is appear to be my issue. Interesting. Thank you, Tutko. Appreciate that. That's not something I can change on the fly, is it? I can change it on the fly. In settings. Let's do it. I got a jet broski. I've got to get the nose, keep the nose to the grindstone, get the tillers finalized. I want to be shipping them by next week. All right, Blackbird. We'll get to work, man. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Appreciate you. Gonna brighten up our screens here. Yeah, we're gonna take over the thrust control manually. Auto throttle is off. Let's just set about 70. Let's set 80%. See what that brings us here. Because we can't go much faster. There's a lot of turbulence up here.
November 877 Sierra Delta. Contact Bogota Center 128.6.
Contact Bogota Center 128.6. November 877 Sierra Delta. Good day. Maybe a little bit more. Let's set like 83, 84. I need turbulence penetration speed. Bogota Center, November 877 Sierra Delta level, flight level 450.
November 8277 Sierra Delta, Bogota Center, radar contact.
Alright, I'm just checking. I was trying to see if I can pull up the other menu, and I just screwed up all my chat views. Oh, chat. We're going to see us. Maybe this guy will give us 510. 300 knots or 90, whichever is less. Thank you, Blue Porpoise. You got an N1 setting for that? Bogota Center, November 877 Sierra Delta. Request flight level 510. Come on, Bogota.
November 877 Sierra Delta.
I love the
Are you in
Bogota
rocket
accent
ship?
the best.
Unable flight level 510 at this time.
82% says Andy. All right, thank you. Let's see where we're at now. Well, we're doing all right. 300 or 90 Mach. Geez, you can go all the way up there, so we're fine. We're holding 84.5. We might have to step down, actually. I mean, I don't know. All right, let me do... Oh, my gosh. I was going to turn on the settings. Oh, look at this view, though. I don't know where to look, Chad. I don't know if we should turn on AI... Or not AI traffic. We're going to turn on the live traffic so we can see the other USA East folks. V-Pilot, good to see you. For real, that sounds like just a Bogota accent. Hey, V-Pilot, I'm headed down to Skibo next month, my man. I'll wave. Three greens. Yeah, IRL. IRL, V-Pilot. I just flew a circuit at Manzales right now. Low clouds scattered, but some terrain is in cloud. Should be a spicy approach. Three greens. Yes, we should look at that. I'm going to look at our... I'm going to talk about our approach. The only approach in there we have is a VOR. It's non-precision. We're going to do a thorough brief on it, and we also have to look at terrain escape. And what's cool about these... What I like about this Citation 10, among other things... we can fly the routes that you would typically fly on an airline, right? You can fly all the airways, you can go far, you can go fast, but you can go in and out of these little more offhand airports. Like trying to bring a 320 into Manzales is probably not going to happen, but we can bring this high performance jet in there, and you got to think about a bunch of other things that you wouldn't typically think about, because in airliners you're going to land on 10,000 foot runways most of the time, right? So it's kind of like meh. But not all the time. But that's why I like streaming, man, because we can just, even when we do fly airliner stuff, we can kind of stretch the realm of realism a little bit. But this isn't even so much stretching the realm of realism. This is just, I think we can do it. It's just going to be if we're going to be able to see the runway or not. Takeoff did a great job with the Nubia. Yeah, is that, okay, so is that the way, La Nubia? I got to say La Nubia then. La Nubia is SKMZ. I always went looking for bad weather, especially on approach and landing when we were testing our nice blue porpoise. Yeah, well, this one is going to be interesting. Because if you've never seen this airport, the only direction where you can land really is 10, and if you go mist, you have to go mist like way out several miles from the runway, because once you go past the final or the missed approach point, you're committed because of the terrain on the far end. So it's a spicy one. Nice. I actually in Florida trying to see if I can go to Colombia in December. Oh, right on, V-Pilot. I was in Providence last month. We probably walk into each other at F Expo, but I didn't know you were there until afterwards. Oh, really? Oh, that's a bummer, man. Yeah, I would have loved to seen you there. Winds are favoring 28, says Three Greens. Can we... There's no approach to 28. And I don't... Can we circle to 28? I'll have to look at the charts, man. What is the wind, Three Greens? I'll look at it here in a minute. I'm just enjoying the sunrise from our Citation 10 at 47,000 feet. I thought about taking the 736 into this airport, but it seems a bit too big. I think that's what Gus tried to bring into here. He tried to bring the Zebo in, I thought, and he ended up flying into a mountain. 28 is death. You should try. I mean, you have to circle for 28, right? I don't know how on earth you circle in that terrain. I did a Toncontin style approach. It's doable if you have a spare change of underwear. All right. That is a shot, man. The Citation is just a beautiful bird. All right, let me let's try this real quick. Settings, online air traffic type. What is it? Where is it? Air traffic type, real-time online. No, no, AI offline, off. I don't know what it is. Graphics settings. Air traffic. Low. Thank you. We're set. I still prefer the old straight wing. I'm old Dougal. I mean, I prefer it too. But we had to give it a test. We had to give it a shot, you know? Looks like it's finally starting to smooth out here. We'll go ahead and say you can move about the cabin with caution. I'm with you, Dougal. I'm a straight wing fan with CRTs, but we got to try multiple options, you know? All right, we can brighten up the rest of our displays here. All right, we're cooking with gas now. Look at this juice. So I want to take a screenshot of the CRTs, and then I'm going to show you a picture that I found the picture I was looking for yesterday. I took a real photo of the Citation that I flew, CRTs, like from this angle right here. That was back in the day when Instagram was like, you know, oh, you're an Insta pilot, cool. Now it's just kind of gross, but yeah, I found the photo, so I want to do a side-by-side comparison. Look above me. I don't see anybody yet. Wow, though, look at this.
Bogota Center, American 372, flight level 200.
Bogota, Americans checking in.
American 372, Bogota Center, radar contact.
Do I have a
Continue
favorite
climb
airport
to
in this
flight
region
level
of the world?
360.
Yours is La Aurora.
Continue climb to flight level 360,
Guatemala?
American
Wait, no.
372.
La Aurora. Which one's La Aurora? Medellin? Which one's La Aurora? I've been to La Aurora. I just don't remember which one it is now. I need the ICAO, man. My life has lived in ICAOs, not the actual airport name. But I know I've been to La Aurora. Guatemala City. Yeah. Guatemala City. That's right. So I remember Guatemala City specifically because the first time I ever went there, it was really kind of gnarly. So the first time I saw Guatemala City, I was a new captain. I was flying with a newer FO. We had both never been to Guatemala City. And going down into Guatemala, if you're familiar with the area, you have to, you know, there's volcanoes and stuff down there that you have to kind of keep track on because volcanic ash is very detrimental to jet engines. And it turned out at the time, they were still doing that VOR circle where you land to the, what is it? You do the VOR south and then circle and land north or something. Maybe I have that backwards. I'd have to look at the approach chart. But it was one of the more hairy approaches. And they were doing that approach. And halfway to Guatemala City, there was a volcanic eruption. And the ash cloud was drifting over to our alternate. And the weather was at minimums for that approach in Guatemala City. So you could imagine a little bit of extra stress started to pile on because all these things start falling into place. Okay, well, now we need to start thinking about a different alternate. If we get a different alternate, how much gas do we have? If we have to add more gas for the new alternate, now how many shots at this approach do we have? This approach is already at minimums. There's already been a few people going missed. I'm new. Well, I mean, I'm new to this airport. FO is pretty much new to the airport and the airplane. It's just like, man, it's a high-stress flight. So I remember that one specifically. But then I've been there a handful of other times. It's been great. Did I try the TFX effects? I have not yet. I love the C750, one of my favorite jets for only 30. For only SNA Aviation, man. Well said. I can't. For $30, man, this airplane punches well above its weight. I mean, Coronado airplanes are like, what do they charge? Like $40 for hardly anything simulated at all with maybe half decent sounds. Like this airplane is a very, very well simulated airplane. It flies very well. It sounds amazing. I just can't believe it's only $30. I had my best landing rate in the sim in Guatemala at plus 1 feet per minute. Nice. SKMZ, so lucky you have the power to get out of there. If for some reason you land 10, have to go around Toga, nose up 20, immediate right turn to 18 and get above 9,000 ASAP. All right, Blue Porpoise. We're going to lock that in. Speaking of, we should probably, as much as I want to sit here and look at this beautiful jet, and I love this livery. What do you guys think of this livery? I love two-tone situation going on. So in the Citation 10, I think the two best liveries are when you have some sort of nose paint, or you've got to have some belly paint. I love the belly paint because it's got that big belly on it. Oh, there's the traffic. What is that? Is that what on tarnation is that up there? I can't quite make it out. There is somebody above us. Oh, it's another Citation 10. It's another Citation 10 above us. That's awesome. So we're rocking Beyond ATC with multiplayer servers. I'm going to try to get a screenshot of this. This is cool. So Beyond ATC on multiplayer, so you can see other traffic if you want to start flying along. That is awesome. He must be at 510 or 49. That is cool. I mean, that's a cool angle of the Citation 10 too, kind of up from underneath it like that. D1, did you ever get a chance to fly on Tonkant before they closed it to international traffic? No, I did not, man. And that would have been a really fun one to fly into. I'd never flown into Tonkantine. I've flown into the other airport. What do they have down there now? It's not Tonkantin, but there's another one. There you go. I'm trying to get that set up. There you go. A vertical stream. Screenshot. 2 10s and a. I mean, that, you know, could take the Citation 10 to start off the Euro tour. We'd get there a whole lot faster. All right. We actually got to start looking at our approaches here. Oh, he's overtaken us. That's crazy. I think it's got to be the Fearless too, man. I agree with you. Oh. All right. But we have to pay attention. Oh, yeah, we even have them on TCAS. All right, well, let's start taking a look at the approach going in here, because this is going to happen quick. So how does one... How does one skip through the flight plan? Let's look at our approach. Let's go back to airports, La Nubia, charts. So basically, we're coming in from the VOR to MZL to Lanub, and then we have the VOR Yankee is what we have in the box. So there's a procedure turn at Lanub. We'll hold at Lanub until reaching 9,500. Then we need to proceed inbound. All right, so 112.1 will be our radio. 112.1, hold on. Let's put you in standby. Alright, 112.1 is in the standby. Left panel under the comms, MFD map. There it is. Beautiful. Skip through here. So this has us flying PEI. Look at this. We may end up disconnecting from Beyond ATC for this approach because we're going to need to just go in. There's actually a tower though. I'm not sure how it's going to get us vectored in here. Oh, this is an arc. PEI 326 inbound. Oh wow. Yeah, this vectoring is going to be a mess, I would imagine, but we're going to figure it out. We're approaching TOD soon. The big thing to look at here UR10, missed approach. This has us a left turn if we go missed. Left turn 10,000 right back to Lanub. Lanub is in here, right? So 326 Lanub. Hold at Lanub. Inbound MZL. Then after that, it's immediate climbing left turn back out to Lanub, which is going to be off the 306 radial at 5 miles. All right. So that's going to be in the box. Let's take a look at our performance for landing. So let's go back to perf landing. Let's see if I can get it from Bogota. Left is missed at the VOR. Okay, yeah. But past the VOR, it's a right turn, right? Bogota Center. What is the weather at La Nubia Airport? I may have to spell it out. Don't come.
November 877 Sierra Delta, La Nubia weather. Wind 175 at 6 knots, temperature 21 degrees, QNH 1027. Visibility not reported.
Alright. So winds 175 at 6, temperature 21. 69 degrees. No visibility recorded. Slope 4.1 uphill. That's what we need. We want to land uphill. Density altitude 9,000 feet. Flaps 35. Landing. Alright, that looks good. Landing data. We got 5 knot tailwind, 1 knot of crosswind required. 4097, 4338 chat. So it's going to be tight. No floaties on this. 123 or 118 on the VREF. Be 113 on the VREF. All right. Ride is still sketch, but the terrain isn't as steep. All right. Max speed on mist is 130 until turn complete. Okay, so we're going to be rocket shipping out, is what you're saying here. We'll be a rocket ship out. All right, TOD is fast approaching. We'll keep an eye on it. Until then, beautiful. One second, chat. I gotta answer a text message here. Hold on. Alright. We're back. ATP passed and Captain upgrade secured. AFO. Fantastic, dude. Well, that's awesome to hear, man. Congratulations, AFO. No, not flight scheduling texting. No, none of that. Anyone know if you put in approach modes for RNAV approach? You can, yes, you can definitely put in to approach, and you can follow a V path down. Correct. We'll actually get some of that today because we've got our approach with vertical altitudes in it, as indicated here. Now for our descent, I'm gonna let them know we're ready for descent. Let's go ahead and let the FO tell them.
November 877 Sierra Delta, approaching our top of descent, ready for lower.
November 877 Sierra Delta, La Nubia Airport landing runway 28.
I don't want to land 28. We will probably end it.
La Nubia Airport, landing runway 28, November 877 Sierra Delta.
I don't want to land 28. Yeah, there's yeah, no, wait.
November 877 Sierra Delta, descend to flight level 400.
We can do that. Descend to flight level 400, November 877 Sierra Delta. Oh, top of descent is so close. I don't know if I want to do it just yet. Let's see, we'll capture the VNAV path. I'm going to see if he'll give me a runway change. Probably not.
November 877 Sierra Delta, request arrival runway change.
November 877 Sierra Delta, airport is not visual conditions, unable.
Well, then that means we need to land on 10. So I'm going to, we'll keep beyond ATC going until we get a handoff, and then we'll go. So here's our V path. Down we go. Remember, we have no auto thrust. So I'm going to pull the power back. Down we go. Sounds are coming back up. So that is one thing that Beyond ATC is working on, is they're allowing you to change runways, or allow you to change the runway. But it's not make or break for me. But let's go ahead and close it up because we have a bottle of wine here before I start the descent. All right, cool. Stole a bottle of wine, close the door. We got to go to work. We're going to get all the safety on. Seatbelts and safety is coming on for these guys. Field elevation. Do we set the landing elevation in here now? Actually, it should be in the FMS, right? I don't set. Do you set the landing elevation in the Citation 10, or does it go off the? You just set cruise altitude, and then it takes the. It takes it from the FMS. Let's see. Cabin is descending a little bit, so I think it is auto. So we're on the V path. I have the thrust levers. As far as minimums are concerned, it's actually 7,000 feet. But that's going to take forever to dial in. What is it, AGL? AGL mins are at 1109, so we're going to set 1109 as our rad out. We're going to go rad out because I don't want to sit here and scroll in 7,900 feet in the barrow. We'll call it 1110 rad out, which is going to go off multiple times here for this particular approach. All right, leveling 400. You do set the landing elevation. All right. Landing elevation is going to be 67, 91, 68 is airport, so let's just set 6,800 feet. Well, there's nowhere to set. No, you wouldn't set that because it's. Really? I'm going to set 40. Try to keep our speed back up here. Let's see if we can straighten out our line here a little bit. Can we request direct PEI, which is on the star, I believe. That would make planning a little bit easier. Center November 877 Sierra Delta. Request direct Papa India Echo. Ah, no, that's St. Pete. That's not on my flight plan.
November 877 Sierra Delta, confirm direct to Pereira.
Yeah, Papa Echo India. Affirmative. Request present position direct Papa Echo India, November 877 Sierra Delta.
November 877 Sierra Delta, Roger, clear direct to Pereira.
All right, direct to Pereira. Cleared direct Pereira, November 877 Sierra Delta. All right, direct Pereira.
November 877 Sierra Delta, descend to flight level 350.
Descend flight level 350, 7 Sierra Delta. Will he take 7 Sierra Delta? Let's see. 350. We got a vertical speeder down here. He did. All right. Real sketch, 9,000 feet visibility and a 5-knot tailwind. Even the best test pilots wouldn't try this one. You know what I love? I discovered too is the Honeycomb Bravo. All of the little default things work. So like I can change my vertical speed here with my Honeycomb Bravo. Let me show the full thing. So like I can manipulate vertical speed, indicated speed, everything with the Honeycomb Bravo as well by default, which is awesome because there's some add-ons that do that and some add-ons get on different ones. Oh, I don't have a spoiler lever. Hold on. I need a spoiler lever, chat. This one's kind of in the way. I'll put the 737 one on there, but it kind of blocks me from manipulating my manipulators. Let's catch up to this descent. We're a little bit high. Let me get flight recorder primed up already because this is going to be a juicy one.
November 877 Sierra Delta, QNH 1027, expect radar vectors for...
What? I just opened something. What? I didn't hear what he said.
QNH 1027, expect radar vectors for November 877 Sierra Delta.
Alright, so I'm gonna probably just end him and then we'll vector ourselves.
877 Sierra Delta, descend to 17,000 feet, QNH 1027.
Descend and maintain 17,000 feet for 7 Sierra Delta.
Negative, QNH 1027.
Descend to 17,000 feet. QNH 1027, November 877 Sierra Delta.
We're going to stay with him until he until we get a little bit closer, and then we'll just disconnect from beyond ATC. Got to catch up to this vertical profile, chat. We're a little bit behind. 300 feet per minute. Well, I would follow him all the way down, Vodka, but I don't want to do 2.8. And this airplane is not... That's what I love about this airplane, man. You can't go around messing around inside, you know. You'll get away from you. It'll get away from you quick. Random question. 7.3 auto brake supposed to disengage with manual braking? Correct. That is correct. Well, yeah, the Lear could do it. I'm sure. I'm sure I could do it in the 10, but I don't want to. The 1-0 approach is sweet, man, because you got to. I like landing uphill. Also, I only have 300 feet of margin, so I need that uphill slope to slow us down. Is FSS in the house? Look, we have vertical profile. Doing 4,000 feet a minute, trying to catch up to you here. So the bleed cuts off below a certain N1. So I got rid of the throttle cues. I don't like those. Just use the actual tapes. I believe we're going to restart the APU now on the descent, right? Can we start the APU at 28? Was there a starter limitation for the APU? Let's check the checklist. For descent, APU as desired. Yeah, for sure. We're going to run the APU on this approach. We're going to load up the APU with all of it. Let's go APU master switch on. We've already tested it. We'll do an APU start. We'll get it cranking. I want to see if Beyond ATC does better than the actual ATC that vectored Gus into a mountain on this approach. I don't even know how you would circle to 2.8. Do you circle left? I've never even, I don't know. I don't think I can. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like when we get down there. I'm planning on 10, have Apollo. All that engine, they still can't produce enough bleed air? Well, they can, but in this particular instance, I want all of it. There's no procedure to 2.8 for a reason. That is true. Vertical speed 4,700 feet per minute here. It must be like 32% N1 or something. Man, this thing comes down like a friggin' rocket ship. Like a 727.
November 877 Sierra Delta, contact La Nubia Tower 118.2.
Ooh, maybe La Nubia Tower will have something for us. Contact La Nubia Tower 118.2, November 877 Sierra Delta. I'm gonna go manual speeds, get myself a speed bug here. Ah, dang it. Ah. La Nubia Tower, November 877 Sierra Delta, flight level 190, descending 17,000.
November 877 Sierra Delta, La Nubia Tower, wind 280 at 5, runway 28, cleared to land.
Runway 28, clear to land, November 877 Sierra Delta. All right, so basically the runway is ours for 28. We're going to land 10. We're going to see what happens. Let's see what happens. Ram Transport, we got a 727 in here. We did. Yours truly. It was one of the first flights we did. We did like a Takeoff studio little tour down here when the 7.2 just released. It was epic, man. That ATC's had his coffee. I think the biggest thing that comes in here is like a Q400. All right, I need my chart up. VOR Yankee 10. Hold at La Nub. All right. We're going to join the arc and hold at La Nub. Maintain 250 for now. What is the altitude coming into La Nub? Minimum is 10,000. Let's continue to trickle down then. Let's just set 12 for now. All right, you're going to hold at 10K. I tell you what, Apollo, can you hold at Lenub at 12? I'll go in below you. Unless you want to go in first. If you want to go in first, man, knock yourself out. That way we don't conflict with each other. All right, I'm gonna bug 180. Ah. So are we addicted to the airplane with this many hours in it so far? What's the major hang-ups you have with it? Nothing, dude. Jeff, the only things that I even said that like would even entertain seeing an update to is for those of you that want the Navigraph charts in the default EFB to be like pinnable and all that stuff, which I personally don't care about because I'm using this one here. I said, you know, maybe address a little bit of the flatness of the textures on the outside, but then I said, you know what, I'm getting such good performance. I don't even care about that. My only thing I think that I would actually like to see is either a separation of the tiller axis and the nose wheel steering, because I think that's what's causing it to be so aggressive. The tiller feels great on the ground. Someone said that it's that sensitive with the nose wheel, but I don't know, man. It seems very sensitive with that nose wheel. Like it's almost jittery. It's so sensitive. So I may have to maybe tweak some stuff with my own settings, but really that's it, dude. I've really run into no other issues. Out +2 for nameplates. All right, thank you, Kip. Terrain radar's on. It's starting to fill in. You can see it. It's starting to fill in. All right, Apollo holding 12,000. We're descending through 12 now. We'll increase. I'll tell you what, let's do a flight level change. Speed brake. That'll get us down. All right, so we're on the arc. And we'll join. We're going to enter the hold at Lenub. At Lenub, established Lenub, we can descend 9,500. So we'll be 9,500 before we turn in here. So we're good. 9,500 is set. It's actually going to outsell me at 10,000 because we're in vertical path. Let's slow to 160. Let's get the slats out. Flaps 5. Outside air temp is you've got your rat and then your tad is over here. I have to get my brightness up on all our screens now. All right, so we're Lenub. Inbound to Lenub. We'll do one turn in the hold. Actually, we could probably go straight in. Nah, we're still at 11,000. We're still too high. Look at that. Look at the chat. I don't know if this is going to work out. I don't know if this is going to work out. Down to 9,500. One turn in the hold here. All right, as we're going below, engine sync is off. Lights, landing lights are on. Engine bleed air is going to the APU. That's going to relieve our engines. So that is set. Bleed air is sent to the APU. Passenger safety lights are all set. Recogs are on. We're looking good. Blue Games, good to see you, man. Blue Games just released a pretty neat little tutorial too if you want to get references. All right, Lenub, inbound in the hold, 10,000 feet. 9,500. V alt. Path is armed to 9,500 feet. Remember, we don't have our auto throttle on this one, so I've got the thrust levers. Just maintain 160 here. Is that the flaps 15 line? Well, I guess we can go all the way to 35, but we're just above green dot. Alright, so we'll maintain a turn in the hold here. It doesn't look like that's a good approach right now anyway. Oh, maybe we might be able to sneak in right below there. Good test for the jet too, do a little holding procedure. I'll bug 150 since she seems a little bit more happy right here at this power setting. Magic Barrel Ref update chat. Oh my gosh, look at that 300-foot difference. Let's get back on it. 3030 is set. All right, outbound. We'll have 500 feet. You can see our top of drop there, inbound leg. We're going to get to 9,500. We'll descend to 7,000, which we're not even really CD, I don't think, on this. I think, are we C and D? So, all of you that wanted me to circle, not authorized. So we'll set 7,900 for the MDA. And then we have to be visual from MZL inbound, which is 112.1. Let's make sure it's tuned in on the radio. 112.1, we'll flip it around. It's in nav 1. We'll put our bearing pointer on VOR 1. So now we can track Lanubia VOR. There she is. Speed is good, holding 10,000. This is good. We'll burn a little extra fuel here, lighten up. Getting ready for the turn inbound. I should put this on single queue. No, that's all right. We'll leave it the way it is. All right, we're inbound. 9,500 is armed. $13 at 8,000 feet. I think the density altitude, the hairdryer has more thrust. Got to add power in the turn here. That's good. It's legit. All right, here we go, inbound. I'm going to start the recording at the VOR inbound. Remind me to start the recording. The recording's not started yet, 'cause we're still a ways out. All right, here comes our vertical path. You can see the pink diamonds coming down. They'll drop us down to 9,500 feet. And then we'll also start bugging our final approach, VAP of 121. It's already bugged, but actually the mist is what, 130 max? I'm gonna set 130 speed max. We already have a magenta caret where our VAP is. Take advantage of both dots there. All right, here comes vertical path. recording is on. Sounds are coming up. Why are you not going down, my friend? Oh, we didn't arm it, chat. We didn't arm the approach. Chat. Starting off good, chat. Oh, I don't want a sequence. All right, there we go. Flight plan. Let's keep on going down. We don't want to go into outcell. $7,900. Ah, we screwed that one up. Down, down, down. Gears coming down. Flaps are coming in. I can't see anything. We're going to proceed. I'm going to actually set, we're going to go 900 feet below minimums. Oh, no, don't do that. Autopilot's off. I'm going to stand by. We're going to keep going down. Missed approach altitude, we'll just set 10,000, set, what is it, 10? I'm going to keep coming down to, I'm going to go 900 feet below mins here. Right at VREF. The airport should be over here. Approaching 7,900 for the VOR. I think I can see where it's going to be. It's right over here. I can see it. We're continuing. Wish I could turn the runway lights up for us. All right, if we got to go around from tower, we're not going to comply. All right, through our minimums. I wish he'd turned the lights on for me. Diabetic lads, brand. All right, just confirm. Yeah, the replay is on. Replay is on. Confirmed. It's right there. Right there. See the lights? See the pappies? We're 4 white. Swing a little bit to the right here. We're a little bit high. Can't be high on this. Good thing she's got trailing link gear.
November 877 Sierra Delta. Exit next available taxiway.
Whew. Flight attendant stations. Oh my goodness. That was a chunker, chat. I thought for sure I'd get a little bit more of a smooth landing, but there was no smoothness. There was nothing smooth about that one.
November 8077 Sierra Delta, exit next available taxiway.
Okay. We'll exit next taxiway, November 877 Sierra Delta. Let's get off the runway. Whoa.
November 877 Sierra Delta, request taxi to the ramp.
Yeah, that tailwind probably got us. So you know what? I didn't think about it. 7 knots on the
November
tail.
877 Sierra Delta. Welcome to La Nubia. Safe parking or advise if need assignment.
We'll take any ramp, please. November 877 Sierra Delta.
November 877 Sierra Delta. Ramp 5 taxi via Alpha Charlie Delta.
This is Alpha! Alpha Charlie Delta for November 877 Sierra Delta. Whew! Almost went past Alpha.
Negative taxi via Alpha Charlie Delta.
Alpha Charlie Delta for November 877 Sierra Delta. Alright. I should have got it, I think. We're down. Let's clean it up.
Negative taxi via Alpha Charlie Delta.
Alright, I'll tell you what. You can read it.
Ramp
back.
5 via Alpha.
Oh,
Charlie
ramp
Delta.
5.
November 877 Sierra Delta.
Whew! We're down. Flaps are coming in. Let's go ahead and clean up the replay. Replay is stopped. I'm going to save it right now. Citation X La Nubia. In case anything happens. Alright, replay is saved. What's that, a sob over there? Alright. Off, 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 off. That looks good. Kill you. Boom, boom. We don't need the tax light anymore. Oh, I guess we'll take this one. Is there a brake temperature gauge in the Citation? I'd be curious. Oh, Apollo's coming in. Hold on. We're waiting. We got to see this other Citation 10 get in here. Ooh, perfect. Brakes are set. APU is up. He wants us to cut engine. Generator is online. Let's cut them. We got to see this other Citation get in here. Oh, man. That was stressful, y'all. Look at that tailwind. Golly. Man, I'm a little disappointed with myself. I feel like I could have done better than that. We could have done better than that, chat. Let's see, while we wait for the following citation, let me see what we got. Oh, chat. I don't want to see it. Oh, look at our map. Look at that. Look at that. It's a beautiful hold on the vertical stream. You can see a beautiful hold there. 400 foot per minute. Come on, man. Better than that, chat. We are better than that. I could have done it better than that. I'm going to have to try that again. We're going to have to do another turn out of here. Where's our boy at? He wants us to cut. Engines are cut. Oh, beacon light. Seatbelts off. Open up the door. Hey. Here he comes. Here he comes. Does he have his gear down? But maybe it's just a multiplayer thing. Oh yeah, there's a, oh, he's way too high. Way too high. Way too high. Oh! Spoilers are out. Oh, go around, go around, go around, go around, go around. Or is this scenery? Oh, he doesn't have the scenery. That's what it is. He doesn't have the Nubia scenery. Okay, he doesn't have the scenery. That's what it is. Nicely done. Mickey G, thank you for the 49 months support. We'll see you on the next one, dude. Absolutely, man. Hey, Mickey G, next one is going to be, you're going to group flight with us, aren't you? We'll do a little citation flying together, my man. Have a good one, man. Appreciate you stopping by. All right, let's clean it up. That's all done. Let's go. Recog is off. That's off. And, yeah. We're done. We did it. We're here, chat. Let's watch the replay. Another one today? I'm tempted. We'll see. We'll see what I come up with. But let's do a replay of that one first. So I'm going to close the door. We'll just we'll put the throttles in the run position. Yeah, there's no brake monitoring, is there, on this thing? Control pause. Engines. They'd be sizzling hot, though. All right. What's your overall verdict so I can tell the guys back at FFX? I love it, Blue Porpoise. Freaking, I'm addicted to this bird, man. I am straight up addicted to this airplane. They did a great job. Trim's moving. Hold on, I'm gonna run it forward. Meow. Milford Sound next. Scott Fletcher, thanks for the 5 gifted subs, man. I do appreciate you. Very kind, man. Thank you for that. If you picked up a membership, make sure you shout them out and say thank you. Yeah, that's the trim running there. Park brake, we should turn that off. Park brake off. We don't care about the heats. All right, let's watch it from cockpit view here. See, man, I knew we could have done better. I'm going to have to try it again. Look at that terrain, though. This is why I don't know how you would circle for 2.8. I don't think it's possible. There's no guidance to 2.8 at all. That was a trim sound, diabetic lad, yeah. A little bit high, overshot a tad. We were sinking. Ah, yeah, see, we hit the first marker. I love that the animations work in replay. I love that. And we didn't have a whole lot of wiggle room, though. We were full reverse, full brakes, spoilers. And I was into the reversers past 70 knots. And I mean, look, we're at the end of the runway. So I probably could have milked it a little bit. But what happened was I kind of thought I was going to get a little bit more of a flare. But that tailwind just hosed us. We just plopped right down. The tailwind, look at the little bit of a rainbow right there. Tailwind and that density altitude, man, she just had no juice. Right up the tail at 7 knots. Oh, I mean, it was firm. I don't know if it's 400 feet firm. Let's do this. Let's go camera view here. I forgot to watch Fabiano's replay tutorial. Replay for dummies. All right, let's see here. Right on the paint, though. Right on the paint. Actually, you know what would be a cool view? I'll do this one, and then I want to do right at the end of the runway. Jeff, you gotta do a video flying in here, man. I want to see Jeff fly in here. Your next Citation 10 video, man. You got to take it in here. I want to see it. I mean, if you're not down by that second set of markers, you're going off the end. So you got to be down by that second set. We were down by the first set, and we had about 150 feet of turnaround space. Coldplay kiss cam angle. All right, so let's Let's watch this. Let's see if you were just plane spotting here. This might be a cool view. Alright, so you're just plane spotting. Let me turn the sound all the way up. Okay, this plane is sick. This plane is so sick. We might have to do a second leg. All right, hold on. Jeff said showcase camera. Wait, hold on. Reset camera. Okay, so I'm in showcase. Reset camera. Move where you want. Or zoom it. Well, hold on. Hold on. Let's resume. Were you a Navy pilot, V1? No. But I should have been, man. I was right on 3-wire there. First, reset the camera when you touch down. Okay. Let's try this. We're going to try this. I'm going to get this. We're going to get the Faviano replay juice here. I freaking love this airplane. Alright, so. Pause. Alright, so. There we go. We're going to listen to Jeff. Hold on. Hold on. Alright, so we do this. Let me turn my volume thing off so I can think. Alright. Alright. I gotta turn the car radio down so you can see the turn. Alright, so we are here. We're going to go to showcase cam. So we're going to go this cam. We're going to reset camera like so. Okay. Move the replay to touch spot. We did that. Alright. And then he says move camera where you want it. So wait. Oh! There's somebody running because he's on multiplayer. Oh, dude, you got to get the same scenery as us so we can walk around. Alright, so I want the camera right here, Jeff. Alright. And then he says, unlock the camera to center the shot. Okay, we're centered, right? Lock the camera. And now we're set, he says. Let's see. Did you see the guy running? Can I lift it up a little bit? Okay, so I'm not touching anything. Let's see, Jeff. Did I do it right? This seems like it's doing it right. Oh! Okay. I look pretty centered to me. What if I... Hold on. What if I do it now? What if I do it from this side? We've got flyby cam. I mean, I don't know what I did. I botched your instructions, but it's still working. Hold on. I want to see a direct overhead shot. I want to do this one. X-plane is now dead, 3 greens. Watch this. Oh my gosh. Chat, we might have to do a second leg. Where are we going? Okay, that's pretty sweet. Alright, but I want this. I want to...
Copy advice information November now current QNH 1026.
Oh, I forgot we're still beyond ATC. Alright, let's do this one here. Alright. Sales coming up. Replays going on. I got to think about doing a second stream. This airplane's too much fun. We might, just because it's the second stream and it's kind of quick, we might do it in the US of A. Do like something, one of my old airports that I used to fly in and out of or something. I just can't get enough of this airplane. It's freaking fun to fly. Jeff Cam. Instead of the Kiss Cam, we have Jeff Cam now. Look at that. I mean, right on centerline, chat. A little bit of off centerline there at the left. But, all right. I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. This was a fun flight. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave you one long replay to watch as we fly into La Nubia. And so enjoy the approach in. That's loud. That's super loud. It's really loud. Can't hear myself now. I don't even know where I was at. Oh, my ears. Oh, my ears. Oh, my ears, my ears, my ears, my ears, my ears. Good night. All right. Trim was moving. Palm Springs? Ooh, Palm Springs might be a good one, too. All right, y'all. I'm done. I'm out of here. This was too much fun. I'll think of a second leg. We might do one. We might not. Hope to see you there. If we do, make sure notifications are on. Shout out Jeff Fabiano for getting us Jeff Cam 2.0 for our approaches. That's going to be pretty sweet. All right. Y'all are awesome. Thank you, Flightbox, for dropping an amazing airplane for $30. If you don't have this airplane by now, you're just missing out. It's that simple. 100% approved. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I'm V1.